Hey there, friends, fans, and collectors. Welcome to another episode of Binary Sunset Review. Today we're taking a look at the Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-AT from Endor. Let's get going.
Commence primary ignition.
I'm excited to once again do another Micro Galaxy Squadron review. Now we all know this is smaller Star Wars vehicles with even smaller figures, highly detailed, a really cool idea. And I just figured out, made by the same company that does Squishmallows. So what a fun combination.
Prepare to target the main generator. Target maximum firepower.
We're going to take a deeper look here, but of course this is one of the larger packages, this is one of the larger models and the larger vehicles in the Star Wars universe, so it's really fun to see this in this scale. Now this one was an Amazon exclusive. There's also another AT-AT out there that models, of course, The Empire Strikes Back Attack on Hoth, but this is the Endor version that was an Amazon exclusive. The difference being the deco and figures, but we'll take a look inside and see what else.
Here we have the front of the packaging for our Micro Galaxy Squadron AT-AT. Now this is the Endor edition, which was the Amazon exclusive. We get some nice deco, which we can see through the box. We have the forest brush that's painted onto the legs right there. The AT-AT also has more of a rusted look to it, as well as some modified minifigures there, and of course the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi sticker. We have the Star Wars logo up there at the top, the Micro Galaxy Squadron there in the bottom, the AT-AT Walker Endor name right there. Shows us that we have lights and sounds in this vehicle. Exciting. Let's spin on and see what the backside has. Here we have the backside of the packaging. I really like the Micro Galaxy Squadron packaging. The back has a breakdown of all of the accessories in the vehicle, all the playability functions of the vehicle. We have the name obviously right there with the Endor edition. They each also have a number associated with them. They all also have a blueprint attached to them, which is very neat. So we have the blueprint of the vehicle. Oh, there's the number. It is number 90. We can see that the top cockpit opens up, the head moves in 4 different directions. We have 2 different buttons that we can have for the electric lights and sounds. That would be the lasers and the cannons and the command light in front. We also have a button that lights up the interior where we can open up the middle. We can store and lower speeder bikes. We can store up to 4 speeder bikes, it looks like, which is cool. This comes with 1, obviously, and we get fully articulating legs. The side paneling is also unique for these vehicles. Here we can see a detailed image of the vehicle on Endor crash into the forest. All right, let's free him from his bubble. Here we have our AT-AT out of the box. Take a look at that forest camo, like weathering on the legs there. That is what's special with the Endor version here, this Amazon exclusive. Looking very fun right out the box. Really like the weathering. I can't wait to see some of these features. The larger vehicles in the Micro Galaxy Squadron come with this kind of backing here that's in the box. It's kind of a nice scenery that adds to just the vehicle itself. This one, of course, is Endor because it's the Endor AT-AT. These Assault class Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles have lights and sounds. The AT-AT has these sounds activated by 2 buttons here. Now one of them acts as an on switch, so the other won't work if the first one isn't pressed. So it's a nice activation sound. It activates lights here in the center, in the cockpit. We can see I have the cockpit already. We're gonna do some more details into there, zoomed in. Here we can see that when activated, the front strip here glows nice and red. And then, of course, when we press the secondary button,
Target maximum firepower.
we get some quotes from famous generals.
Prepare to target the main generator.
Of course, we got.
Full troops will debark for ground assault.
Yeah, I guess we got 3 full quotes there. And then
Full troops will debark for ground assault. Prepare to target the main generator. Target maximum firepower.
Wow, I guess we got more quotes than lasers, but then we can hit a
Full
couple
troops will
times.
debark for ground assault.
You get the lasers and you can see the lights firing at the front of the lasers, which is a very nice touch. Here we have the interior. Here we have the interior of our AT-AT. As we can see, we have space for 4 speeder bikes. This model comes with 1 speeder bike, but the Scout class for Phase 4, which is around Endor, has a bunch of speeder bikes in them. So you can stock up this AT-AT really easily. And we also get a great view of the little crane that is here. As we can see here, the tiny little crane does operate. It's got a little hand crank right here. Very neat. Here we have a close-up shot into the little storage area up here where all of the figures can sit. Now we have 2 scout troopers here, but as we know, we also come with a bunch of other figures that can fill these seats. As we can see here, we have the cockpit, which opens on up and can fit an additional 3 different characters. It's neat. We also have 1 commander who can stand right here, which is for Vader, and then we have the 2 pilot seats. We can also see the front LED light there when the vehicle is on. We have some pretty neat motion with the head here. It can go left, right, up, and down. And it stays a little bit in that angle, so you really can have some nice articulation of this vehicle and of the head itself. And last but not least, we have the legs. They are fully articulated. They can also be posed in any different combination of motions. This AT-AT really is a brilliant model, and we have a nice view of the 360 different paint deco that we get with the Endor version here. I love that on the right side we also have some serious blaster damage. Here we have the minifigures and accessories that come with the AT-AT Endor edition. Now we have 4 stormtroopers. We have the speeder bike, the Endor edition that we've seen. We have the interesting little tow cable that we saw with the other AT-AT, which was the Hoth edition. And this sticks up kind of in the belly of the AT-AT and allows you to hold a figure there. And then our other set of figures, we have the Scout Trooper, the AT-AT Pilot, Luke, and Vader. This is the nice little twist on the figure variation that came with the original AT-AT from Hoth.
I would certainly recommend this vehicle set. As far as I can tell, it's still up on Amazon. This was an Amazon exclusive. This was an alternate paint of what we've seen in the retail stores, and that being Endor. This is especially great because it's the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, so we've been seeing some great marketed products with that little sticker that says 40th anniversary right on it. It's a great reminder, and they're actually really using this anniversary year correctly with the line of toys and with the figures that are hitting the shelves pretty appropriately time-wise. Pros for this have to be the lights and sounds. Now these assault class figures, which are the bigger ships, tend to have lights and sounds, and they really do bring out the character of the vehicle, immerse you more in the world, and really show off some of the great parts about these figures that we love. So that's definitely a pro. It is a little bit of a higher price point, but we do get a bunch of added detail, and when we have larger versions of these vehicles, it's really neat to see that they have similar features just on a smaller miniature scale. One of my only cons would have to be the price point. Now this comes in at a little bit over $50, maybe a little bit over $55, I'll have to double check. But that's just a little bit of a higher buy-in point than the $5 little Scout class or the $14 light armor class that's really fun to find on the shelves. We get a bunch of added details, extra bonuses, and way more figures, so this does even on out in some ends, but that price point is a hard initial buy-in for some fans. I really love the variant and paint jobs. Now, a lot of people complain about some paint variants and reprints, but I particularly love it, especially if they can immerse us in a completely different film with the same vehicle. So when this was initially retail launched, it was the Hoth battle, obviously, and it had Luke and all those guys in it. Now this still has Luke, but of course it's Endor and Return of the Jedi. So we get whole different paint decos, and that's the whole idea of Micro Galaxy Squadron, is a lot of their chase, or some of their chase vehicles and rare vehicles are similar vehicles they have in the line, but completely different prints. And it's really nice that these exclusives do that as well. The level of detail that's put into these vehicles really does shine through. Now, Micro Galaxy Squadron is not too old of a company. I remember when they launched, and they really have done a fabulous job of reigniting these miniature scale of vehicles for Star Wars and offering fans high amount of detail and high amount of different variations and variability to really build out your fleet. They do a great job of turning these out in a timely fashion. Now, this is appropriate very much so for the 40th anniversary. They're doing the same thing with Episode 1 launches, so we're going to see some great Episode 1 miniature vehicles, but they really prove that it's not about the plastic, it's not about this. Like, if you have a dedicated team, you really can turn these out very quickly and very effectively nationwide, and that's worldwide now, and that's wonderful to see. When you're able to turn these out in a nice tandem, the series kind of connect with each other. So this is an Endor AT-AT, and at the same time, the Scout class for Phase 4 was also mostly Endor themed. So with these different Scout classes, they always do add to the vehicles, and they're always mysteries, but this one, a little Ewok guy. But this one and this set timed perfectly with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and that is something to tip your cap to. Thank you for watching another episode of Binary Sunset Review. As always, I am Mike. Your likes and your views are greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think of Micro Galaxy Squadron. I'm going to start doing a lot more of these reviews because I really, really like them. Just a great company, a great business model, and it's really, really fun to add these to my collection. So let me know what you think about them in the space below. Have a great day out there. Stay safe, stay sane, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.